Hey,
That
Warren.
show good. How are you?
What's
What's
going
going
on?
on? Nothing much. How are you?
Well,
Hey,
today,
hey, you look good on video. Hi.
today we're gonna have to
We're gonna
walk
walk
the other
against the
way.
sun.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna have to
let's turn
turn
around.
around. Today we are on location.
And where might that location be?
Well, today we're in the cemetery.
In the cemetery. Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
guess we are. How about that?
Yes, we are in the cemetery. And I guess y'all would say, why,
Yeah, that's gonna
why
be a
in the world
question.
would we
Why
be in the cemetery?
cemetery? Hmm.
It was
Well,
probably my idea,
of course it was.
uh, or it could have been that your car stopped.
We're not putting that on my car. That's twice you done did that. We're not putting that on my car.
I forgot to give you gas money. You said we.
My
No.
my car is fully functional, y'all. Trust me, it works. I rebuke that.
Or was it that I was sitting in the back seat? You said, if you make one more people, I'm going to pull this car over.
There you go. That's right. Clean it up. Clean it up. And why are we here?
No, but we came here because I wanted to talk about potential.
See, I can
Whew.
see now.
I wanted to talk about potential.
Are we gonna continue to walk?
Yeah, we're gonna walk in a second. We're gonna take a nice shade. Well, this one's a nice shade route down here. We can take this route. Well, first of all, this cemetery is one of the famous cemeteries of the South. We have,
Downtown Atlanta in the background.
yes,
Yeah. See down. Oh no, that's not it. Yes, it is.
it's back there.
It
I
is
just
back
ain't got it there yet. There we go.
There
I
we
got
go.
it.
Downtown Atlanta back
It,
there.
it hides.
Yes. There we go. Well, I know
Wow.
it like this. You know what?
That was
I'm getting out of
spooky.
here. See, I told
That was
you.
spooky.
You thought I was playing. That just me.
that was kind of spooky.
You said you was gonna be on there by yourself. Guess what?
Warren, don't leave me yet. Well, like I was saying, and then I'll let my co-host come back and rejoin us.
Are we leaving?
We're gonna wind out. We're winding out.
Okay.
He's trying not to be in the thing.
Okay.
We're in the cemetery because I wanted to talk about potential. One of my favorite pastors, the late Mike Murdoch, has a saying that states, basically in summary, that a lot of potential.
Sit it right there. Stand it up.
Oh, a lot of great potential in the world is lost to our cemeteries. A lot of dreams die off with people that could have changed the course or advanced the course of human civilization because it died with them. Why did I say something like that? Because there's a lot of things that we come up every day and we have these eureka moments and we stop and we don't think about executing them because we forget about them.
Would you say forget? I mean, because again, you know how I like to give an example, applying it to my own life. So let's make this applicable to me real quick. Being age 52 and just starting to venture out on things that I had dreams on. And I can understand how a lot of these individuals, may they continue to rest in peace, that when they had the thought or had the idea, something could have scared them or put fear in them to where they didn't want to actually execute what was going on, like their dream. They got to the point where they were like, "Oh, you have ideas like nobody's gonna like this," or um, I'm gonna give you some of my personal ones. I'm scared nobody's going to. I'm scared I'm not gonna say the right thing. When we first started this project, that was one of my biggest fears, and Joe was like, "Just be yourself." And I was like, well, I know what that entails for me, but what does that entail for somebody else who don't know me? It's like I'm thinking for them without actually putting it out there or giving it a chance to see where it goes. And we've been doing this thing for a while now, and it's like I had to get past. Everybody's not gonna like what you do.
Mm.
So again, when you step out on it, keep in mind that it's really for whoever is needing to hear it. Everybody else, okay, they didn't like it, let it go, let it do what it do, fine. So that's, I wouldn't say so much as forgetting. What
Well,
are some of the intricate parts that kept them from doing it?
well, you
If
got
these people could talk, that would be so interesting.
that would be very interesting. I think we would get a lot of hits,
I'm just saying.
but we would be running at the same moment.
Right.
But as I said, forgetting because there's things that I have been reminded about that I've said in the past, and there's things that I get reminded about because something else happens. There's an invention that my cousin will tells me that she's like, you started that a long time ago.
Mm.
It's called instant messaging.
Mm.
Before, when the internet was on, when you had to cut everyone's communication from the house and use the phone line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of these kids probably don't even know what a phone line was. But yeah, we used to plug phones into a wall, and then get phone like service like that. But what happened? But what happened is you plug that phone also to your computer, and you dial up into an internet service.
Okay.
I used to use it and dial up to my cousin's house, and we would talk. We would basically sit there and type to each other.
Okay.
Before AOL Instant Messenger, Yahoo had an Instant Messenger, FaceTime had Live. We used to do this.
Right.
And she reminds me every once in a while. She's like, "Joe, you're a genius." She's like, "You was doing instant messaging before instant messaging happened." That's why I say there's some things that we forget, and some of the reason why we do forget them is because of fear, because we don't think can happen, don't think we have the resources to make it.
Okay.
Another invention that I used to say, I used to tell my cousin, I'm going to be able to just snap my finger and there's going to be a car come to me and take me where I need to go. You look at it, Uber. Uber does it. You basically snap your finger, push a button, and you have car services coming to you.
Right.
They're looking for us.
Here he is.
I'm not hiding. I'm in the
I'm
plain
going
sun.
home. I'm going home.
Well, tell them that I'm here. Take this with you.
Exactly. Let me add this, Joe. I mean, I would like to say this. It's like one of those things where we say we want something, and we have the resources to attract that. The universe is conspired to give you everything you want. But do we even trust that? Do we trust that it will provide or propel us to some of the things and the heart's desires that we have? Will it?
And I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I don't. I told you the other week, I said the universe is conspiring against me because everything that I want is putting an obstacle to allowing me to have it freely.
Perfect segue. Let me tell you why. I had a lesson taught to me just this morning on some statistical facts, and he just proved it. 13% of our thoughts are negative. That's 13%. 95% of the time, we're repeating those negative thoughts. So if you're only got a small smidgen of negative thoughts occurring in your head, but yet you replay them 95% of the time, that's a lot of time you're spending on negative thoughts. And if you were to flip them, that means your positive, it proves that your positive thoughts are or have decreased. So at that point, Joe, I would ask you. I mean, if you felt like the universe was conspiring against you, at what point would you turn that around to combat that negative thought and get back on the wave pattern of the universe giving you what you want? Ha!
Wow.
I threw you on the spot. I'm sorry.
Mhm. I'm still getting there.
Mm.
I'm not going to say that I've totally made it. You know, I am walking on a path,
Mhm.
literally and spiritually. I'm walking on a path. I have not obtained the prize of the high calling. I am an imperfect soul teaching a perfect lesson.
Wow.
I I know I'm confident that what I'm doing is going to lead somewhere, and that somewhere is great. But every step of the way is done by faith. I told him this. Did we put this in the recording, or this was our after talk? When I was telling you, faith come is what is it? What would I say? The You walk by faith and not by sight.
Mhm.
To do something physically, you have to walk. You have to see it
Mhm.
to walk it. For me to walk on this brick land, I'm seeing the bricks in front of me and I'm walking. But on my spiritual journey, I don't necessarily see the bricks or the path that is being taken. All I know is I'm supposed to be pressing my way towards the calling, the prize of the high calling, the mark. Actually, you're pressing your way towards the mark of the high calling. You may not see that prize, but you know where the mark is. You know where you should be, where it should be at. So we're pressing our way to reaching for something that we cannot see. And so as we're reaching, we have to keep on going. We have to put on our spiritual glasses and know that faith is going to carry us that way. Warren asks this question all the time. He's like, I see point A and I know where point B is at. But the problem is not point A and point B. The problem is the distance between them. The times between faith and faith. You know, I know that I have to get there, but how do I get there? There's no set way of getting there, but we have to realize and know in our hearts that He brought us this far. Why would we be left at this point without getting to our promise? Where it says this, every word he speaks out of his mouth is not going to come back to him void. And I was looking a little leery on that leaf. So if he spoke it to you, he's going to speak it to you in present tense because he's at the beginning and the end, and he sees all of this, and it's not something that he has to worry about you getting there, but he's just giving you comfort that you're going to make it there. When I started this, I really guess I there is no schooling, there is no doctorate program that you can really truly know God. There's angels that's been going since the beginning of beginnings, and they've been saying holy and holy, holy, and see a different side of God every time they say holy. So even if we said that at a second, once every second for an hour, there's over 3,600 different aspects of God that we would know. And they've been doing this before time was, and will be doing it before time, after time ends. So don't think that you're going to know God and know exactly how He's going to work, because every situation He He throws a loop into it.
He's looking at me for a reason.
Warren,
Yes, sir.
does that help any?
That
Because
helped. I mean,
we talked about this, and we I love it that you say that I'm very confident on the things I say. But trust me, I am trembling. Literally in my bed, trembling at night. Be like, Lord, how you gonna do this?
I didn't want to walk through their set.
I got it. How are you gonna do this? How is this even possible that I'm leading people? But he tells me this. I gave you that commandment. I gave you those dreams. Lazarus, come forth.
Y'all should have seen my.
Woo.
I'm not gonna even
Thank you,
show
Lord.
y'all my face. Y'all should have seen my eyes. But
I was scared.
If any of these tombstones had moved, I was dropping this bump Blair Witch Project. I was running.
But yes. So tell to yourself, come forth. All those dreams that you have, come forth. Those ideas that start rolling in your head like marbles and you don't know what to do with them, come forth. Use your journal. We spoke about the journal. Write it down. So even if you don't actually make it to the promised land is still there. So someone else can take up your mantle and go on. Wow. That was for me.
Oh, I didn't know my finger was gonna go through there like that. Sorry.
What are you pointing at? Trying
I
to
was
stop
about.
it?
Yeah, I thought you were done. You done?
Warren,
Yes.
let's walk a little bit. Let's walk over here real quick and let's give them a moment of prayer.
Okay, I'll let you.
Oh, they got cameras over here too.
Yeah, that's why I was like. That's why I stopped, because it was like I didn't want to walk through the middle of theirs and have them in ours, or walk through the middle of his and walk through ours. So I didn't know how to do nothing but stop.
Sometimes we just gotta stop
Exactly.
and wait on the Lord.
Hey, that's new. 2012.
Ooh.
Like you, that's not 6 feet. That's 3 feet. So you're 3 feet up under there?
Mm.
Cause I got a foot. So are you gonna turn the camera around to give them sights, or?